The Watsons' fancy mansion was shaking again, thanks to the daughter causing yet another mess.
Zoe, what did you do this time?
Oh, nothing much, just a little fake battle drill. I might sign up for the Navy or something.
I adopted you to raise a proper, elegant young lady, not this. Ugh, I'm exhausted.
Meanwhile, across town, Luna was zooming down the street on her scooter, clicking her tongue.
Huh, typical rich people. Always fighting over the weirdest stuff.
Hey guys, I'm Zoe, 17. People say I'm lucky because I got a dog adopted by the rich Watsons. Not exactly. But before we continue, please like and subscribe. They're super strict. No matter how hard I tried, my foster mom was always cold and distant. She never liked anything I did. She traveled a lot too, so most of the time I was stuck alone in the giant house. I just wanted to hang out like a normal teen. But nope, all I had was the total lockdown. A proper lady must be flawless, smart, and calm. No running in the halls, no whining, no begging, blah, blah, blah. I'd had enough. No way I was staying in on such a perfect day. I grabbed my skateboard and rolled all the way across town. I'd never been here before. Yeah, this felt so freeing. I just wish I had someone to share it with. Then suddenly I saw... Wait, what the fudge? Was that me? But I'm standing right here. No way is that my doppelganger. Before I could process anything, the girl who looked just like me was right in front of me. And boom, we crashed straight into each other. Everything went black. Ouch, my head was pounding. Oh right, I was in a hospital bed.
Miss, you've been injured. I was instructed to bring you home.
The butler's voice totally caught me off guard. That guy usually acts like I don't even exist, but now he's suddenly all attentive. Before I could even open my mouth, I saw him helping some girl walk right past me. The fudge. Wasn't that my doppelganger? Okay, so this wasn't a dream. I tried to call out, "Hey, I am the real one here."
Luna, are you okay?
A kind-looking older man suddenly ran up to me. I'd never seen him before. Nope, definitely not someone I know. But before I could explain, he was already dragging me home to this super rundown house way out in the suburbs. Turns out Joe ran a tiny repair shop, but business was rough. The house was cramped, the clothes were old-fashioned, and the food was budget aisle leftovers. But I decided to stay a bit longer to figure things out. Joe was just as happy I was resting.
Still running a fever. Just stay in bed, sweetheart. I'll take care of you till you're better.
His hands were warm. The pumpkin soup was absolutely delish, so I stayed a few more days. No biggie. Thanks to Joe's care, I recovered fast. As soon as I was good to go, I ran straight back to the Watsons. Poor Luna must have been dying under my mom's strict rules.
You've been doing quite well lately. Very different from before. Keep it up.
Don't worry, Mother. I've got it handled.
Wait, did my mom just smile and say something nice? That's a first. I waited till she left, then climbed in through the window.
I had a feeling, but wow, you really do look just like me. Only difference is I was adopted. You're her real daughter?
I was adopted too, when I was 6. Before that, I lived at Hope Heaven Orphanage. Oh, and I still have this necklace charm.
Me too.
We both stared at our charms. When we clicked them together, they matched perfectly. We looked at each other. No words needed. We both knew what this meant. We're twins. We thought about going back to our real lives, but then we hesitated. I mean, we've been crushing it, pretending to be each other. You're really good at acting like me, and my mom actually likes you. I just never felt like I belonged there.
Then let's switch. You like my dad, right? And I want to grow. Your mom's powerful. She can help me achieve big things.
I stared at her, unsure. But then I thought about Joe and how kind he was. I nodded. From that moment on, I became Luna. And geez Louise, I did not expect being Luna to be this hard. To make ends meet, I had to work with Dad Joe all day. But honestly, I was clumsy at everything. I kept messing things up non-stop.
Honestly, I like you more this way. You're lively, warm, and closer to me now. You used to have your nose stuck in books all the time.
Living with Joe meant no designer clothes, no fancy meals, just budget food and thrift outfits. But he gave me something I never got from the Watsons, genuine care. Wait, was that baby over there? Luna strictly told me to avoid him, definitely giving crush energy. Well, then let big sis Lena handle this. Well, if it isn't my sweet little baby, you came all this way just to see me, huh? Mystery froze like a deer in headlights, then ran for his life.
I hate baby. We're mortal enemies.
She yelled like she was ready to chew me up and spit me out. Oh, is that so? How's everything else going?
Not great. Rich people rules are worse than I thought. I barely kept up. Also, your bestie Tess is a total snake. She only sticks around to bring you down.
Figures. Tess always loved messing with me.
Hope next week goes smoother.
Weeks passed. We were both kinda thriving in each other's lives. I also started getting used to the work and stopped messing things up. Hey Dad, check this out.
Wow, that's beautiful. You did such a great job.
Thank you, Dad. Also, small secret, I kept secretly hanging out with Baby. He was actually super sweet.
We're not close or anything. Okay, I'm only teaching you to skate, cause you bet.
Thanks a bunch, baby. That night, I met up with Luna at a park halfway between our houses.
I landed a scholarship to study in the UK and won second place in the spelling bee. Mrs. Watson was actually happy.
That's awesome. You're really gonna fly to England.
Also, I got back at Tess. She tried to plant cheat sheets in my desk during the test. I caught her and told the teacher. Guess who got busted instead?
I knew Tess was shady. She always scammed me or tricked me into doing dumb stuff, but she was the only one who ever hung out with me, so I kinda let it slide. Well, not my problem now. Luna can handle her. One day, Mom Watson suddenly barged into Joe's workshop. Luna trailed right behind her. I froze on the spot. Joe and Baby looked completely shocked.
After everything I've done for you, I've been tricked by a pair of twin sisters.
What's going on? There are two Lunas.
The girl you adopted has a twin, and they've been switching places to fool everyone.
All eyes landed on me and Luna. We were dead silent, not even trying to explain. But how did she find out?
She tried to mess with me. Zoe used to be a pushover. I got suspicious. And trust me, what I found out was way juicier than expected.
The Watsons won't accept a liar. Every award under the name Zoe will be voided, and Zoe is hereby suspended, so she doesn't bring shame to this family.
She walked off without even looking back. Baby gave me a look, the kind that stung. Then he left too. In the end, Joe still let us stay, but he didn't say a single word. He just kept working in silence.
He's so disappointed in me. I ditched the dad who raised me for some rich stranger.
And my foster mom is probably furious. She spent years grooming me to be perfect, but I wasn't good enough. Now she doesn't even know who to put her hopes in anymore. Because of our selfishness, we lied and hurt the people who loved us most. We're gonna make this right. All of it. The first thing we wanted to do was make it up to Dad.
We're really sorry for lying to you, but we both care about you a lot.
So please let us help. Let's grow the workshop together. The moment he nodded, we jumped into action. We came up with a plan to turn his little shop into a real business. Luna handled all the strategy, marketing, branding, and social media. I focused on training the newcomers. Everything grew much faster than we expected. Luna pulled in tons of customers, and with our professionalism, we completely won them over. In no time, Dad's dusky little workshop turned into a famous brand.
You two really are my lucky angels. Thank you both.
Even with the store keeping us crazy busy, we still made time to send little gifts and handwritten apology letters to Mrs. Watson. She never replied, but every morning her mailbox was empty, so we knew she got them. She read them. Oh, and I didn't tell Luna this, but I kinda snuck in a few extra gifts for Mystery too.
I figured. Do what makes you happy.
Thanks for the moral support. One afternoon, Mrs. Watson showed up.
I'm sorry for deceiving you, but I learned so much from the time we spent together.
I'm not as smart as Luna, so all the pressure kinda overwhelmed me, but thank you for giving me a home all these years.
My house is your house, both of you. You can come back anytime.
You don't need to be perfect by anyone's standards. As long as you live truthfully, love sincerely, and keep striving, you are already the pride of your family. Hi, I'm Carrie. I found the love of my life in high school, but I ripped his heart to pieces. So I guess I'm the bad guy in this story, but before I continue, please like and subscribe. My dad was a firefighter and he saved my mom's life. It was love at first sight. Soon they were married and they had my big brother Leo, and 10 years later I was born. I had the perfect family, but when I turned 6, things took a turn. My parents weren't getting along anymore, and every time they were in the same room, they started shouting at each other. They argued so loud I could barely sleep, but Leo was always there to make me feel better. We'd hide out in the basement to play games and he'd read me bedtime stories. I loved the romantic ones the best. Leo even dressed up like a clown and danced around the room, and I almost fed my fans laughing. A few months later, Mom left us. We were really sad she was gone, but Leo always cheered up with his jokes and silly impressions. He even encouraged me to start writing. When I wasn't writing love stories, I helped him write jokes. After a while, Leo had his own stand-up comedy routine. But when I was 12, I came home from school one day and Leo told me the worst news. My dad had an accident and he'd fallen into a coma. My whole world turned upside down in that instant. Then Leo moved back home to take care of me. He quit comedy and got an office job to pay the bills. You can't do this. What about your tour?
You need me, Carrie. Family comes first.
I felt so guilty that Leo had to give up his dream because of me. When I got to high school, I was determined to get into a good university on scholarship. I focused on my studies and kept turning down my friends' offers to hang out, and soon they stopped asking. Plus, I felt guilty having fun while Leo was sacrificing so much to take care of me. But then this new boy, Andy, joined her class in 11th grade, and it was always flirting and trying to get my attention. I didn't respond at first, but he was so sweet and funny, and eventually I gave in, and soon enough we started dating. Andy was very understanding of my situation motivation and always gave me my space to study. He even encouraged me to start writing love stories again. But then one day after school, Leo came home early from work and caught me and Andy kissing on the porch.
Hey, get away from my sister, you crazy.
Calm down, Leo. This is Andy. He's my boyfriend. But Leo shoved Andy out of the way, then dragged me inside.
Since when do you have a boyfriend? You're too young, and that boy is trouble.
Leo, I'm 16 and you don't even know him.
I'm sure he's just like every other boy on the planet. He'll pretend to like you, then he'll break your heart. I'm just trying to protect you.
You're not like that. Not all boys are. Come on, give him a chance. Just hang out with him once. I'm sure you'll love him. After a lot of pleading, Leo reluctantly agreed, and Andy suggested that the three of us could have dinner together. That turned out to be a pretty awkward evening, because Leo either interrogated Andy like an army sergeant or silently glared at him. At the end of the meal, Leo paid the bill, and as we were leaving, he spotted Andy slipping in some extra tip.
Oh, so you think I'm cheap? Huh? You think I didn't tip enough?
No, it was fine. I just wanted to tip a bit more.
$100, wow. So I pay for the whole dinner, but you come off as the hero and make me look like a cheapskate in front of my sister by tipping like a prince. Well, not all of us grew up with a silver spoon in our mouths.
Look, you've got the wrong idea.
But Leo didn't listen, and he was pissed. Why did Andy have to do that? After that, Leo and Andy just couldn't get along. Like on my 16th birthday, Andy got me a princess on a costume, complete with a tiara he'd made himself, because I'd once said jokingly,
Yeah, that's a gift you give a 5-year-old girl, and look who's sheep now. Has your dad gone bankrupt?
I know it's not an expensive gift, but I thought Carrie would find it amusing.
yeah, I do. It's fun.
Please, Carrie, go change into something nice and wear this gold pendant I got for you. See? It has semi-precious emeralds to match your beautiful eyes. It cost me a month's salary, but you're precious to me, and it's totally worth it.
Oh, and gee, you're the sweetest brother, Leo. As he put the necklace on me, he accidentally knocked Andy's tiara off my head and it broke into pieces. Andy turned around to leave and I raced after him. Please don't be angry. It was an accident, and I do think the costume was funny.
Nah, it was a stupid idea. I'm late for something, Carrie. I gotta go.
A few weeks later, I invited Leo to watch one of Andy's basketball games. Andy is the team captain, and I was sure Leo would be very impressed by his performance. The game was extremely close, but Andy's team lost.
Wow, that was painful to watch. And who's the idiot that made you captain? You clearly suck.
Man, why are you such a jerk?
I call it like I see it, dude. You know what? You should be the mascot god. That way you don't have to show your ugly face on the field.
You don't have to disrespect me in front of my team.
Yeah, I do. You're a loser, and someone has to let you know.
Andy's eyes started twitching, and I almost thought he punched Leo, but he turned abruptly and headed to the locker room. Hey, Andy, you don't have to take Leo so seriously. He was only joking.
He's not joking. He hates me and he treats me like garbage. And what's worse is that you don't even see it and won't do anything about it.
What do you want me to do? He's my older brother. You just have to get used to him.
No, actually, I don't.
Andy and I stopped seeing each other after that. It was a no-brainer for me if it came to choosing between my brother and my boyfriend. A few weeks later, I started feeling really sick and had to be taken to the hospital, and it turned out that I needed a new kidney as soon as possible. Leo volunteered to give me one of his, and he turned out to be a perfect match. The surgery was successful and I started feeling much better. Leo, you're my hero.
You know I'd do anything for you, Carrie.
Andy, what are you doing here?
You weren't coming to school and the teacher said you were unwell. I was just so worried about you. It felt like torture not being able to see you every day. And I don't want to be apart any longer, Carrie. I've missed you so much.
I've missed you too. A moment later, both of us were startled when the police burst into my room along with Leo.
He's my sister's psycho ex who just can't accept their breakup and won't leave her alone. Take him away?
What?
When the police approached Andy, I stepped in front of him to protect him and managed to convince them that Andy and I had just gotten back together and he wasn't a stalker. The police believed us, but they were really upset with Leo. They scolded him for making a false report, but Leo still refused to let it go.
She's afraid of him and that's why she's covering up for him. Do your jobs, you morons, and arrest him.
And the police hauled Leo off to jail for the night for being a nuisance. And he missed a huge meeting at work, and the next morning he was fired from his job, and I felt horrible. Leo had to take a new job that paid less and made him miserable, and he didn't talk to me for days. Leo, I wish you hadn't overreacted that night and none of this would have happened.
I was only looking out for you, Carrie. You told me you guys had broken up, so I thought he was pestering you, and I teach him a lesson. Now I'm paying the price for wanting to protect you.
I'm really sorry.
You're not the one who needs to apologize.
Maybe if Andy apologized to him, everything would be all right. Look, the situation with you and Leo is really bad. You have to apologize if you want to fix this.
But I didn't do anything wrong. Look, I'm sorry Leo lost his job, but that's not my fault. He acted like a total maniac. Carrie, you were there.
But Leo doesn't see it that way. Unless you tell him you were wrong to sneak into my room and beg for his forgiveness, we can't be together.
That's not fair, Carrie. Come on, we love each other.
And Leo loves me more than anybody. Sure, he can be difficult, but he's always been there for me. Leo comes before everyone else. Andy resisted the idea, but eventually he caved and said he'd do it.
What's he doing here?
Andy's here to apologize to you.
Oh, it's about time, but my forgiveness won't come so easily. Jerk, why don't you go down on your knees and tell me how sorry you really are?
Leo, please don't.
If he really loves you, surely he can do this. I mean, I gave up a kidney for you. I'm not asking him to do much.
Andy turned to me with tears in his eyes.
I'm sorry, Carrie, I do love you, but I can't do this.
Andy and I broke up for good after that. We graduated from high school and Andy went off to a fancy university in another city. I went to a local community college so I could stay close to Dad and Leo, but as I grew older, I started to notice that Leo wasn't as perfect as I thought. Anytime things didn't work out in his life, he'd blame it on someone else.
Of course I didn't get the job. They're all idiots.
But you showed up 20 minutes late to the interview, Leo. Leo started resenting successful people. He even got jealous when I sold my first romance novel to a big book publisher.
What kind of losers would read this junk?
For years, I idolized my brother like a father and ignored his flaws. But as my career took off, he only got worse. Leo quit his job and started partying all the time. He instantly left the house a mess and criticized everything I did, and whenever I brought a boy over, he always said something to push them away.
Geez, I've never met someone so stupid. You have the IQ of an ant. You're really ugly. Does it run in the family?
After a while, I've had enough. What is wrong with you?
I'm perfectly fine, yo. Can I borrow $400?
I can't stand this anymore. You used to be a really nice guy and now you're terrible. You're selfish.
I'm selfish? I sacrificed everything to take care of you. If my life hasn't worked out the way I wanted, it's your fault. And the success you're enjoying now is all because of everything I did for you. You should be thanking me. You'd be nothing without me.
I'm grateful for what you did and always will be, but I'm not going to keep feeling guilty for the rest of my life. I can take care of myself now. You're free. I left my home the next day and moved into my own apartment. The time away from Leo gave me a chance to focus on myself. I started a few new hobbies. Leo eventually apologized in his own unique way.
Lately, I've had the chance to think about a lot of things, and I've been a supersized jerk. Andy was rich, and I felt inferior to him, and I hated him for having things easy. And then I started resenting your success too. What kind of big brother am I? You're better off without me.
You're the only family I have, Leo, and I'll always need you in my life. Leo even convinced me to reach out to Andy. Met Andy at a cafe in New York City. I was so nervous, but the moment I saw Andy's face, all my old feelings for him came rushing back.
Carrie, it's so good to see you. I've really missed you. I've never felt the same way about anyone else. And
Andy, let me speak first. I am so sorry. I was wrong, and I never should have asked you to apologize to my brother. I shouldn't have broken up with you, and I've regretted it ever since.
Maybe if it's not too late, we can start over.
I'd really like that. Then, we shared a kiss. Family love is important, but personal happiness should not be sacrificed. Forgiveness, facing mistakes, and self-love are the keys to building healthy and happy relationships. Hi, I'm Emily from a small town in Texas. Please like and subscribe. Ever since I was practically a baby, I dreamed of having a pony. I had pony dolls and drew pictures of ponies and watched as many movies and television shows about ponies as I could. Mama, look at that beautiful pony.
Look at the pretty outfit on the lady riding the pony.
My older sister Trish didn't share my love for ponies at all, and my parents weren't very enthusiastic about getting me one either. But we have so much space. I promise I'll never ride it too far.
Emily, you're too little. Besides, horses are very expensive and riding can be dangerous.
Your mom's right. Why can't you be interested in playing with your dolls like your sister?
Our house was away from the city, and it had a big yard and even an old barn which could be used as a stable. It was the perfect place to keep a pony, but they just wouldn't let me. Even though I was a couple of years younger than my sister, our birthdays were on the same day of the year. It was so irritating because I wanted to have a birthday of my own, but it always felt more like her birthday instead of mine, I guess because she'd been around longer.
Happy birthday, Trish. Oh, and you too, Emily.
In celebration of my 8th birthday and Trish's 10th, Dad surprised us by bringing home a beautiful horse. Oh my goodness, it's a pony. You finally got me a pony. Oh, thank you, thank you.
Now hold on there, this horse is for both of you girls. Trish will take riding lessons first, and then you can have your turn when you're older, Emily.
You want me to ride that big, scary, dirty animal? But
Horse riding's great, honey. It may seem awful to you now, but trust me, you'll love it once you get the hang of it.
I don't have a problem with this horse. I love him already. Just tell me, when's my turn?
While Trish takes riding lessons, you need to care for the horse, so you learn how to be responsible because you're so little.
So, maybe in a year or two.
In a year or two? That's so unfair. Trish didn't even want a horse, and she gets to start riding right away? I felt like Cinderella, cleaning up and preparing the feed for the horses for more than a year while my sister rode around like a snooty little princess. Actually, it was Trish. After just her first year of riding, she started entering competitions, and I still hadn't had my chance. So one night I decided to take things into my own hands. I snuck out late and saddled the horse, then climbed onto it. Giddy up, let's go! Yay! But no sooner had I made one lap around the yard that Trish ran out in front of us.
What are you doing, Emily? You have no training. You'll hurt yourself.
Horsey! Calm down, boy! But the horse was really agitated and threw me off balance. Trish let out a piercing scream, and my parents came running out.
What's going on here?
I looked up at Trish, my eyes pleading with her to side with me and pretend like she was the one who'd taken out the horse for a ride. But of course she did not.
Are you crazy? You shouldn't have been riding without taking lessons first. It's dangerous.
You were out here riding, Emily? You could have been badly hurt. How could you sneak out like that behind our backs?
If you would let me take lessons in the first place, I wouldn't have had to sneak out.
You're clearly still not responsible enough to start riding.
What? What are you saying?
I'm saying we should wait at least another year for your lessons.
No, you're the worst. I'm not going to be my sister's mate forever, while she gets to live my dream.
You don't have a say here. You're still a child.
She was right. I had no say and my tantrums went ignored. Even though I wasn't allowed to ride, I still love that horse. So I kept taking care of it and watching my sister from behind the scenes, competing in rodeos and winning big shiny trophies and medals. One day before one of Trisha's rodeo competitions, I was brushing down the horse and singing to it when suddenly this boy who was one of the competitors started playing along with his guitar. I was a little embarrassed, but it was magical at the same time.
Hey, I'm Josh. I hope it's okay that I just started playing. Your singing was really pretty, and I just couldn't help myself.
No, it was perfect. Usually horses are my only audience, but I liked having someone else to sing to. He was a couple of years older than me, but that didn't matter. I could feel the connection between us. It was like electricity.
If you want, I can teach you to play guitar.
Oh, that would be wonderful, but I couldn't ask you to do that. I'm sure you're very busy.
You didn't ask, I offered. Besides, you tend to meet the same people a lot on the rodeo circuit, and I'd like to look forward to meeting you in each new city.
Spending time with Josh and learning to play guitar was so much fun. I almost didn't even mind my parents ignoring me or being my sister's servant anymore. Well, I did, but not as much. When I was 15, we went to a huge rodeo in Nashville. I'd never seen such big, beautiful stages and sparkly costumes in my life, but it all turned out to be a bit overwhelming for Trisha's horse. While she was doing a reversed routine during the opening ceremony, the bright lights flashed right in her horse's eyes and blinded it, and the loud voices over the stadium speakers frightened it even more. It started to panic and act up. Watching from the sidelines, I suddenly had an idea. I grabbed a mic and rushed out onto the arena.
Emily, get back. It's too dangerous.
What are you doing, Emily? You'll spook the horse more and get Trish hurt.
I started singing a country song I'd written myself and the whole audience went silent with breathless anticipation. The horse almost immediately started calming down at my voice as if he was entranced by it, and when the song ended, the audience erupted into cheers and applause. I was requested to sing another song and everyone loved it. After the rodeo was over, a man in a suit approached me.
Hi, Emily. I'm a big record executive here in Nashville, and I think you could be the biggest country music star ever.
Wow, really?
Yes, really.
My parents weren't thrilled at the idea, but the record executive convinced them by saying I could perform at the same places we were already going to for rodeo shows. So they agreed. But Josh seemed really excited for me and gave me a big hug.
Thank goodness he acted fast and saved your sister like that, and I'm so proud of you for getting that recording contract.
I blushed at the compliment as we pulled apart. Our faces were close, and I felt this was the moment we were going to share our first kiss. And then suddenly something horrible happened.
Well, I'm glad this show's over.
Trish, I was so worried for you.
Josh hugged Trish tight, then they kissed. I was shocked. It was like reality had shattered into a million pieces, and down was up and up was down. It didn't make sense. And then I was so angry I could spit nails. I felt like fire was running through my veins and I wanted to shoot lasers out of my eyes. Get away from him! Witch!
What?
How could you steal my boyfriend, Trish, right in front of my face?
You're what? Emily, when did I ever say I was your boyfriend?
You implied it. I mean, I think you did. There's clearly a connection between us.
There's clearly been some confusion, but I don't want to get in the middle of sisters. I don't think I can be around either of you. I'm sorry.
Josh, wait.
I hope you can both work things out. Goodbye.
As Josh left, I turned furiously to Trish. Haven't you stolen enough from me already? Did you have to take him too? She just gaped at me like a fish, like I was the one who'd done something wrong. I cried all that night, and I refused to talk to Trish for months. Fortunately, singing and writing songs kept me so busy that I didn't have time to keep dwelling on how Trish had betrayed me, and I poured most of my anger and hurt into my lyrics. I recorded my first album, and when it was released, it debuted at the top of the charts. I was famous overnight. My face was all over billboards, and people were always stopping me in public to get my autograph. I even started a vlog on social media and instantly got millions of followers. By the time I was 16, I was world famous and had more money than my parents ever had, so I decided to move out on my own. My parents tried to stop me.
I forbid you to move out. You are still a child. And two,
What? Too little? You've been telling me that my entire life and it's never been true. I am not too little. I've achieved big things and have even bigger dreams. I have my own money now and I'm going to live my own life exactly the way I want.
As long as you are still legally a minor, you're living under our roof, under our rules.
That's what he thought. By that time, I had my own agent manager Anne's legal team. They helped me get legally emancipated. I bought my own house, and I finally had a beautiful horse for myself. I paid for my own lessons and even rode the horse during some of my live concerts. Months later, my latest concert tour brought me back to my hometown. After performing on opening night, I walked out of the venue's back entrance to find a girl crying in the alley. It was Trish. Trish, what are you doing here?
Emily, I wasn't expecting to run into you.
Strange, because if you didn't want to run into me, you shouldn't have come to my concert. And why are you crying? Not that I care, I'm just curious.
I came because I wanted to see you perform, but seeing you on the stage and living out your dreams just made me a bit sad. Mom and Dad are making me go out on the rodeo circuit again.
What an ungrateful diva. She'd gotten everything she wanted plus everything I wanted. So why are you complaining? I had to go find another dream because you took mine away and now you're crying about it.
Emily, I never wanted to ride a horse in the first place. How do you not remember that? I wanted to play with makeup and design dresses. Mom and Dad made me take lessons so I could be a good example for you.
I'm sure all of their attention and winning those awards didn't hurt.
My medals and trophies mean nothing to me, and her parents were suffocating me with attention. I couldn't get a second myself. I wished I could just hang out in the stables like you for just one day.
You wished you were like me. Oh, I see. Maybe that explains why you tried to steal Josh from me.
I didn't even know he was your boyfriend. I don't think he knew that either. Are you sure you didn't just misread some signs?
I don't know, maybe I did. It was beginning to dawn on me that I'd been kind of self-absorbed and jumped to conclusions too fast. And maybe my sister wasn't that horrible. She just didn't have the strength to fight for her dreams like I did. Trish, I'm sorry I judged you so harshly, but you really can't spend the rest of your life doing something you don't love. You need to stand up to Mom and Dad and I'll come with you. My parents were shocked to see me, and even more surprised when I told them Trish wouldn't be competing in rodeos anymore.
That's not your decision, Emily.
You're right, it's not. It's Trish's decision, and you're not being good parents by keeping your kids away from their dreams. You already drove one daughter away. Do you want to drive Trish out of your lives too by being so bullheaded? For the first time in my life, my parents were speechless and were actually listening to what I had to say.
we thought we were doing the best for both of you. You were always on the smaller side, and I was terrified to let you go for something risky like horse riding.
And Trish was so good at it, we thought she'd be more successful than she would be. A fashion. I can see that we were wrong and we're sorry.
It's okay, Dad.
Love and understanding within a family are the keys to healing all wounds. Don't compare or impose, because everyone has their own path to shine.